Day before. Exactly. And then when you were done with the trade show, what'd you do? Delete. Right? I don't even make it do half a trade show anymore. Right? In contrast, how many people in this room have SMS on their phone right now? Everyone. How many people send text? Everyone. Right? So your customers, right? Wherever they are, they're in a channel that is ubiquitous. 99.9% have it. Actually, a little less. They don't use it. And it is age, it's not age dependent. It's not demographically dependent. Everyone says, oh, well, all the young kids are texting. But grandma and grandpa, yeah, hell yeah, they are. That's the only way they can talk to their grandkids. Right? So they know how to text. There's no way they're going to download an app or download additional pieces of software. So again, it comes back to what's the job to be done. Right? You can have the most elegant piece of software in the world, but if no one downloads it and uses it, it doesn't matter. Right? Now, what that means is now you can communicate on a move-forward basis. Okay. So, so far, everything we've been talking about is rainbows and unicorns, right? In this context, this is probably more data than you guys want about thinking about how to think about chatbots and the questions you have to ask about them. But the bottom line is, if you guys ever decide for your own customer services purposes to go look at chatbots, here's a list of questions you should be asking, your scope team should be asking. And I'm happy to provide them later, but I don't think it adds a lot of value to go through them in any detail, other than conveniently we do all this stuff and most of our competitors don't. So I chose the right things to put in. Okay. Building chatbots is pretty easy. And in a minute I'm going to show you one. Typically we say to build a custom chatbot from start to finish with a couple million questions and answers, 6 to 8 weeks. Right? Typically takes most of our clients about an hour of their time a week. Right? Which, what we've done, to get into the technical side of it, we built a CMS for NLP. We built a content management system for natural language processing. So we've taken all these little snippets of conversation we've been having with our clients for years, and we've made them very easy for a non-technical person to be able to bolt together and create a conversation that automatically then it goes and deconflicts all the potential words in it. Right? The net result is we can build really, really complex bots that are really good at what they do really quickly. Right? Okay. One of the beautiful things about chatbots is they're the most beautiful team members in the world. Right? So you think about them, they're delivering 95+% correct response rate, which is better than a call center, better than a human, better than a rented customer service agent. Right? They don't leave early, take breaks, they don't show up hungover, pissed off, trashed, mad because the cat missed the litter box, they don't have a sassy attitude, they give exactly the same answer every single time, and you have a written record of everything they did. If you look at deployments that make sense, we built a bot for one of our clients called Betty. So all our bots can be named whatever you want. Betty was supposed to be a sassy New Yorker. Our client actually created an apartment, Betty's apartment, and said, this is Betty. And it got to the point where people were calling and asking for Betty, and they wanted to interact with Betty, because Betty was a sassy New Yorker, that kind of a, up here's attitude, right? But gave the answers to the questions, right? And so they made Betty part of their team. Another example case study out there, Pelotonia. You guys ever heard of it? It's the largest cancer ride in the United States. They raised like nearly a couple $100 million for cancer. They had a really interesting business problem. 30,000 people, 70% of them show up in about a 2-hour window, all need their regalia, their stuff, right? How do you handle that? Well, we built a bot that did a bunch of stuff, answered lots of questions, because they had 7 different rides. These 30,000 people go 5K, 10K, 20K, 25K, 50K, 75K, 150K, and then there was a concert at the beginning and the end of every one of those rides that were all in different places. So we built a bot that answered all those questions, but the most important thing it did for them was it delivered their badge. So they got a QR code delivered right to SMS. Oh shit, there it is. Excuse me, oh heck, there it is. Right? And they could just scan and their stuff printed out. Bang, there you go. Saved about 45 to 50 seconds a piece, which doesn't seem crazy until you do it 10,000 times in an hour. Right? It made a huge difference. And this one was really interesting. So many people called and thought Tanya was a real person. They would call the offices and want to talk to Tanya. And I'm like, well, Tanya's a bot. And there was one gentleman who was like, no, I've been texting with her all day. She's been answering all my questions. No, Tanya is like artificial. She doesn't exist. They ended up doing a news story. Right? So, how many of you guys are familiar with the Premier Lacrosse League? Not a big lacrosse fan. That's okay. I am. Newest professional sports stadium. We built a bot called Slash. Now, what was really interesting here is this gets back to this concept of community, about reaching out to the people who have already reached out to you. So yes, you could ask where the stadium was and what time the game started and all the different players. more importantly, you can push messages out. So we pushed out a message after the first week that said, hey, you want to buy some swag, you want to buy t-shirts of your favorite show or your favorite team or hats. It's got a 45% click-through rate. I don't know how much visibility you guys have on the marketing side. Not 45% open rate, 45% click-through. Almost half the people went and bought something. That's like, you know, back up the Brinks truck kind of stuff. That's good stuff. That's what you're after. Okay. Looking at the why chatbots, why now, right? So if we look at a couple of things, right? Originally people said, oh, let's do apps. So, you know, every client had to have an app. Every customer had to have an app. Every event had an app. Why? Well, one, you want to get rid of paper. That's a really valuable thing to do. Two, I want to provide all the information on the device you've got. But the big problem was that you couldn't sustain that 10 years ago. You couldn't walk around with your phone and just have access to the internet. If you did, it was like, okay, I'm going to ask, you know, what tight end has the most touchdowns, and like 10 minutes later, the answer finally like comes through. Right? So what's happened is now we have a ubiquitous Wi-Fi and ubiquitous mobile data that's at a high speed. So now you can now deliver a much richer customer service experience. And bluntly, that's why app usage is falling off a cliff across all spectrums, all businesses, all utilizations. The only ones that really matter, you say, okay, I'm going to have my Delta app. I mean, how many apps do you guys have less apps on your phones now than you did 10 years ago? Okay, and the reason for that, of course, is radical escalation in mobile data traffic. Okay, so I'm just going to do a demo because we'll get to the end. Bots are here. They're here to stay. AI is going forward. Customer service is one angle, but we're seeing 95% correct response rates, less than 1% unsubscribes, as long as you're delivering value. Right? Somebody signs up to get information about lacrosse, and I'm sending them 2-for-1 slushies. That's not a valuable interaction. In contrast, if I send them more information about lacrosse, or about technology, or about something else, that's valuable. All right, get out your phones. Let's play with the bot. You guys are ready? Oh, sorry. There's a bunch of customers we worked with. There's a bunch of awards we won. Cool. All right. Get ready to send to this number, 25525. Text the word demo, D-E-M-O. Yeah. I thought you were just waving at me.
No,
hi. Give me your mic. That's fine. All right. And when you do it, you've just done everything you need to talk to an AI chatbot. It's going to come back and tell you her name is DB. It stands for demo bot. It's for it's a live bot for a fake event in Chicago. Right? So it's a one-day event. You can say, where is it? When is it? What time does it start? How do I get there? What's the meaning of life? Can I have gluten-free food? Is there a good parking space nearby? What should I wear? Who's the speaker? You can ask it any of those questions and it'll deliver the answer. Right? If you type in demo my schedule, you'll get a personalized schedule. Now, it's not personalized to you because we don't know who you are yet. Right? And we haven't signed you up for anything. Right? So what you're seeing is from a customer service perspective, right now there's 15 or 20 people in this room, all asking disparate questions, and the bot's responding in a couple of seconds. Right? So let me show you a couple other cool things. So just to show you that from a technology perspective, it may not be nearly as exciting as it is for customer service and things that people want to buy perspective. But type in the word Jackie, J-A-C-K-I-E. Jackie.